Yeah, my friend was doing this, and I kind of loved it right away. Right away. He's a musician. He does great things. He claimed to be a Satanist. But I claim that he is more Christian than most of the Christians. You see, to be a Satanist, you have to be honest. And you have to be arrested, like me. To be a Satanist. It's, you see, people like Christians get this out of concept. To be a Satanist is I don't want to talk about it. And for the first time I start my video with some crazy music from this tune. You can see there are similarities to classical music. So if you listen here a little bit more. So that is classical music, but with different instruments. It's all noisy, and it should be so. Sometimes, you see, back to the Satanist. You see, I think it's an honor of a degree that they can put out some verbs. It's like me. They put verbs in their mouth just to say something honestly. It's like them saying they are Satanist and I'm the false prophet. I use that as a stepping stone to do what I think is needed, high time needed. And I think also them have to understand the bigger picture. So to provocate, it's just that kind of provocation that you would understand if you were not listened to in the first place, and they never listened to you. It's like me all over again. Who would listen to a false prophet, especially that claims he is a false prophet? Oh, the same people that doesn't want to listen to that kind of false prophet didn't listen to me when I said, this is what I feel in my heart. I never wanted to say God told me so. No, that is a mockery of God. Don't take his name in vain. People like Christians like to take his name in vain. That's what I do. So I would like to listen to this. I can run it because it's advertised in a way. This friend of mine. So I think if you listen to him, I think he's. I can write it down like that you can get it while I'm playing his tune in the background. Let me see. This is yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Seems that my functionality is not all that well nowadays. I tend to shiver. This is more precise. Where is my mind? Rehearsal, Pixies, cover. So that is that. Is a melody like that. He's going to sing in Skien next 18th November. Next Friday, 18th. So this guy is... I don't know, he fell for me. He made a group for me. I don't know why, mainly because he claimed that I was chased out of every group, and he was also following me in a way. He followed me on all sorts of groups, just debating something, and he had this. He made a group of himself and claimed that I should never be chased out of that. Well, I managed to be chased out several times, even in that group, but that was when he was overtaken by administration that have too much of themselves. It's just how they think. They think that popularity, they think like a leftist. So how could this Daniel avoid such incident that even though I never expose people, I do not expose like I was in that group or several groups, that your telephone number is this and that, and you live there, and expose people like if someone want to kill you, they can do that. So even though they were never removed, but me, for opposing even the administration in that group, I was removed. That's how obsessive about themselves they are. It's just who they are. They can't deny it because they are real leftists. Cynical leftists. They think that they are talking about peace and so on. They are not about peace. They are about ruling the world. They claim that Christians, Donald Trump, and Jews by Netanyahu, and that is their enemy because they oppose them. Me, I like to be a Rolling Stone. Say the truth. Put verbs in my mouth. So both me and those Satanists, we are... the Satanists have misunderstood completely. The Satanists they are leftist. They can't... But they are too much. I don't know. It's something weird about to be a Satanist. It's who would call themselves a Satanist? Who would even go to that length just to prove a point? No. Call yourself a false prophet. That's more convenient. That's more direct. because then you see the difference. Those that claim that God is all righteous, doesn't do any wrong, that is a leftist saying. To portray God in a meek way, to portray God in a humanly way, that he have your attributes at your best, and even better than that. No, God is a cruel God. Job said, should I only take or receive only the good things from God? You see, the balance is not about peace like that. It's about how you deal with the unbalanced situation. If you deny yourself a task, if you are, for example, in a relationship and you choose your peace, you see, that is something weird, very far out weird. I may talk more about such leftists that choose peace. They say they choose peace, so they avoid the conflict, they avoid the situation. By the way, I go straight on. I may push people far away. But God is not a leftist. I can say to you, my friends, God is far from leftist. God appeals to your inner ability to solve a situation. To solve is better than to choose a so-called peace. Peace is something for the lazy people that doesn't really care. They are indifferent about how the other people are suffering. They have no awareness of people suffering. As long as they have chosen the peace, they are okay. I make a mockery of them. Because in a debate, in a dispute I had over Israel and Palestine, there were a lady that said, I hope for peace. I got provoked because it's as if no one else on the other party doesn't want peace. Even though I'm a very picky guy, you can criticize me to my doorstep, to my tomb. I want you to do that. I want you to criticize me to my tomb. It's how we can get peace. But even that will not bring peace. Jesus was talking about an inner peace, that you can have peace within. Yet he was in a boat that was almost about to drown. The people there were about to get so scared that this was the last day in their life. Even there, Jesus had this calmness to him. What made him so calm? He needed a sleep. He needed that sleep. So he met the waves head on. He talked to the waves. He defined it. So he didn't avoid the conflict. He went straight on. He was merely talking to himself. If I'm scared now, I should at least talk to the waves, because that is the most sobering thing to do. So when you get scared, my friend, you can talk to the enemy. Oh, I love this. It's the mental ability to raise yourself up and talk to the enemy. The enemy, so-called waves, so-called disputes, so-called quarrel, so-called arguments. And here they have a saying. I want to Google that. That is a nice word.
Querulous.
Querulous. They say that I am a querulous. They claim I'm a querulous. Well, then I will say you are a leftist. Atheist and a leftist. You don't believe talking to the problem. If you avoid the problem all the time, if you avoid it, you are a leftist. You are a coward and a leftist. By the way, I met a guy that was swearing so much. I met him with a straight head-on request. If you can leave that swearing off when you are in charge here. He got so provoked that he raised his voice and couldn't get fastest enough out of there. And now, when he is swearing like that, he deliberately swears while I'm there. I think he's in revenge, but I ignore it completely. It's as if he's not swearing. I want to just bring peace to him that I have talked to the waves. I have met the waves head on. So now that he is keeping that continuing, I act. And I don't even hear it. It's a mental case. So if you need to do some revenge, know this. You are a coward because you didn't met that kind of thing head on. That was that topic. So my friends, you see, to talk to the waves, I try to do that. When I'm scared, I talk to the waves. Talked. It was not His Majesty that made it. He was in a group, collective group, and the group was afraid. Maybe he also was a little bit afraid, I don't know. He was sleeping as if nothing was wrong. And maybe that is the first degree of mental, how you deal with mental stress, that you turn to sleep. He proved that he wanted to avoid that, but he realized, due to the others' suffering, he cared so much for the other ones. See, when you are together with people, you have to act. You can't hide. You can't hide like the leftists are doing behind peace. No. You meet that kind of turmoil head on. Israel is avoiding conflict with the Palestinians. all the time. But now, when they meet them head on, the Palestinians get afraid. So that is the rule of the name of the game. Meet your enemy head on. You see, in a deeper level, the enemy that you meet, especially when you even fall in love with your enemy, that is always, that can always be the case. That can be the case, not always, but it can be the case that you meet your enemy. And you can't drown him with love. You can't solve issues with love. If he or she is so worried or sick, irritated about you, and you say, I love you, it doesn't really resonate because it's the wrong word. Maybe you can ask, why are you afraid? And that was the question Jesus asked those that were in the boat. Why are you afraid? It's kind of, he at least was aware enough to ask that question. Not, do you love me? Like he asked Peter when he resurrected. Do you love me? No. Why are you afraid? Maybe the shrinks can ask more of such profound questions. Why are you afraid? That is a profound, penetrating question. What makes you afraid, my friend? Don't you see the waves? Don't you see all this stormy weather? And Jesus turned around. Be calm. And that is, he took it on himself to be that scary guy. And said, if any one of those other people in the boat could say, be calm, then we would have conquered that kind of waves. But they didn't have it within. Only Jesus had that kind of fear treatment within. That's why he could say, be calm. It's a deep, penetrating issue. It's not all about calming the waves, which is a miracle of itself. No, it's dealing with your own fear. That is a profound story to treat, to deal with your own fear. Satanists, it's what they fear. They call themselves Satanists. Yes, because they fear. They fear the real enemy, which is Satan. Satan is behind everything, as is God. And Satan is the choice between how to deal with it or not. So being that kind of a coward, you wouldn't call yourself a Satanist. You wouldn't call yourself a peace-loving guy. No, that is a misunderstood concept. If you love peace, you have to work. You have to work for peace. It's nothing to... It's not only your pretty face that wants peace, is it? And if it's all about your pretty face and nice words, it would be peace in one go. That is a misunderstood concept. Peace comes to those that talk to the enemy. Be calm. Be calm. is much needed today, to talk to the enemy. They don't like people like me. That is quarrelsome.
Querulous.
Querulous. I'm the... No. Okay. That's okay. I don't mind that. Talk to the enemy, my friend. When you deal with your own stuff, with your own lover, don't say I love you. Say, what are you afraid of? Don't you see what we are dealing with? Don't you see what this is all about? I'm afraid that you will leave me. I'm afraid that you will judge me. I'm afraid that all that kind of issues. When people are afraid, it's serious. If you choose peace when the other one is suffering, then you are an ignorant, indifferent person altogether. That is that is how you will be looked on. If the other one is suffering, and you choose peace, and you ignore it completely. It's like them in the boat, that even when Jesus was sleeping, the other one felt, we are alone in this. Can't he join us to just fear that too? So it was a cry out for that kind of indifference that Jesus showed. Are you sleeping now? What kind of a bloke is that is sleeping while we are suffering? Can't you at least wake up and deal with the situation as if you are the best, since you are at peace? I think that is the cry out for the humanity. We are in turmoil now. The waves are getting higher, and people, everyone by themselves, need to say, be calm. It's talking to the waves, talking to the enemy, but mostly it's talking to myself. Jesus had that within. He had gone through a lot in his life. He knew what fear was. At least, he sweated blood. That was his fear. So why would you not listen to this man? When he was in fear, why, God, have you forsaken me? It was the same cry. Why, God, why are you silent? So I need to say, raise up and go straight to the enemy. Do what is right, not only for you, but for the humankind, the human spirit, to raise themselves up against the big enemy that want to slay them down. Let us all talk to the leftists that say, you are the enemy, be calm, so that we can get peace and tranquility. Bye.